Alright folks, so what we have here is the Olight H1 Nova headlamp flashlight. What I wanted to do is a quick video where we take a look at this flashlight. So we're going to open this up, we're going to take it outside, we're going to do some beam shots, we're going to talk a little bit about the specifications. But before we do that, why don't you go grab yourself a nice cold one, come on back, and we'll get started. Alright, so before we get started, I just wanted to say that I was contacted by Olight and they asked if I could do a video of this particular product. And naturally I said, yeah, of course. I love flashlights. I like doing videos. I really like the Olight brand. So they were kind enough to send this to me free of charge in exchange for this video. So let's go ahead and get this thing opened up, take a look at it, and see what it's all about. Alright folks, so inside the box you have this, it feels like a neoprene carrying case, which is pretty handy. You can keep things in here like spare batteries, your headlamp. You don't have to worry about it getting lost or tangled up with other things. Has a little bit of a keeper, I guess is what this is called, on the side. Let's go ahead and pop this thing open and see what we got. Alright, so here's the headlamp. Uh-oh. It looks like it's got a soft rubber instead of a metal mounting bracket on here, so you can take the flashlight in and out. That's pretty handy. And then you have this elastic headband. Let's see how this thing comes apart. You have an adjustment point on the back. It feels very soft and stretchy. It doesn't feel like it would be itchy or anything like that. But let's see what else we have here. Looks like you have an optional pocket clip if you want to take it out and carry this in your pocket. And this is pretty nice. It looks like it has a little bit of a mounting point here for that, so you don't lose it. And then here's instructions for putting the pocket clip on the flashlight. Let's take a look and see what we have here. So here's a user manual, and it has some of the specifications. We'll just run through them real quick. Looks like it has a 66 meter throw at 500 lumens. It's IPX8 rated. I believe that can go underwater for 2 meters up to 30 minutes. Looks like it has an SOS function that can go for about 8 hours. It looks like it's 1.5 meters drop resistant. It has the CREE XM-L2 bulb. Looks like you can run a CR123A or rechargeable CR123A. And then here are the different modes, run times, and lumen output. I'll let you go ahead and take a look at that. And then here's a little bit about the battery installation. Let's go ahead and get the battery in it, and we'll take a look at that. Okay, I took the flashlight out of the neoprene holder. Let's see what we have in here. And it looks like it ships with a lithium battery. This is not a rechargeable, so it's a CR123A. And then, like most of these flashlights, it comes with this protective film to make sure that the battery does not die or lose any power during transit. There we go. It must be high. So by holding the button in, I can step through the various modes. All right, just a couple other things. Let me turn some of these lights off so that we can see this. So it says press and hold for 1 second to get moonlight mode. And there you go, and that's the 2 lumens. Go ahead and turn that off. And then I think it said a double tap will take me to turbo. So that's the turbo mode, which will step down after a period of time. It did not step down here. What you saw was the camera adjusting to the light. Let's turn it off. And then a quick triple tap will take me to SOS mode. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Now, when I do a single tap, it takes me back to the last mode that was used. So if I hold it in, that would be low. This would be a medium setting. Let's go ahead and turn it off. Turn it back on, it should come right back to that medium setting, and it does. So that's pretty cool. User interface is pretty easy to figure out. Flashlight looks pretty good. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take it outside. We're going to get some beam shots, and we'll come back for some final thoughts. Folks, we have a little bit of a supermoon tonight, so I apologize in advance. Alright folks, the first thing we're going to shoot is a tire inspection. That would be the moonlight mode, and it really isn't sufficient, but I wouldn't expect it to be. This would be low, which seems to be sufficient. I think I would rather use medium, and then there's the high. Let me go ahead and turn it off and do a turbo. That's probably a little bit too bright. So I think I would use a medium in a setting like this. Alright folks, so here we go. I'm not going to do a video of the moonlight mode because I don't think it'll be bright enough. But this would be low. I'm not sure how well that's coming across on the camera. Let me step back and see if I can see. That looks like it might be adequate. But if I really was having car trouble, I think I would want to go to something a little bit higher. Here's the medium. And that's doing really well. Here's the high. And I would probably actually use the high at a nighttime situation. Sorry about the dog. Nighttime situation where I had to inspect the engine. Let's go ahead and turn it off. And try the turbo. Oop. Not much different than the high. Let's go ahead and do some beam shots if we were walking around. Alright folks, the first thing I'm going to do is a turbo. And let's lighten the area up pretty well. Let me tilt it back. The street down there is about 20-25 meters. This is more of a floody than a throw light. This would be low. And it might be okay for walking around. I don't know if you can see that. It's so cold out here, my breath is showing. I don't know if this is what I would use if I was walking a dog or something. Maybe if I was in a really dark spot, I would. This would be medium, and that seems to be doing pretty well. Here goes one of my neighbors. But the medium seems to be doing pretty well. And then that would be the high. The high would work great if I was outside walking a dog or doing something like that. Anyhow, that's it, folks. The headlamp is actually very comfortable, and the elastic band doesn't itch and feels great on my head. So I like it very much. All right, thanks. All right, so just some final thoughts. This flashlight actually performed very well, as I expected it would. All of Olight's products that I've looked at have been great. I've bought a number of products, and they've sent me a few for review as well. And I continue to be impressed with the company and what they're putting out and how far they've progressed over the last couple years. And this is no exception. It's felt comfortable when I had it on. It did not move around. Now, I would imagine if you went through a high-speed chase through the woods, this thing would move around and not stay fixed to your head. But as is, it seemed to fit as well as any other headband style flashlight that I've used. So I'm really quite impressed with it. Great job by Olight. It's a cool light. I will have links below where you can pick this flashlight up. And thanks, everybody.